Back on Tide Talks, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, proud to be the official healthcare system of Princeton Athletics. Joining us today from her family home in Bethesda, Maryland, the newest Princeton Tiger in the WNBA, Bella Alarie. Bella, how have you been doing the past couple of weeks? A pretty eventful couple of weeks for you.
Yeah, this week has kind of all been way more calm than the past few weeks, just preparing for the draft, finishing my thesis and everything. It's been actually a very busy quarantine for me, but it's been great getting to spend time with my family. And then now just like working out and finishing classes. We're in the last week here. So yeah, it's kind of all dying down a little bit, but it's been really good.
We'll talk about basketball quite a bit today. I want to talk about your thesis, and that had to be a weight off your shoulder, turning that in last Friday. Tell us about your thesis.
Yeah, so I'm a history major, and I wrote about a Broadway musical from the 1920s and kind of did like a deep analysis of the script and the history, which was really fun. It definitely was a challenge to do it all virtually. I couldn't like go to the New York Public Library or access a lot of the primary sources I was planning on looking at for my thesis. So it was definitely a challenge, but huge relief to turn it in last Friday. Got to kind of celebrate with my family and stuff. So it was good.
You're the 5th overall pick a week and a half ago in the WNBA Draft, heading to the Dallas Wings. I know the draft, it was virtual, so a little bit of a different experience than if you had the chance to be there in person. What was your draft experience like as far as being at home with your family and having that ESPN live camera sitting in your living room?
Yeah, not at all what I expected my draft night to look like. We actually had a pretty bad technical difficulty during the draft where it was live streaming from an iPhone and kind of sending it to ESPN. And they called me during the commercial break right before they were going to pick the fifth pick. And they were like, "We can't see you, Bella." And the phone had like overheated and died. And we somehow like scrambled to charge it and get it working. Like, I don't even know. It was kind of a miracle that it all worked out. So it was very stressful, but huge relief. And hearing my name was just the biggest blessing. And getting like the hugs from my family and stuff was all I needed on my draft night. So it was really fun.
I'm glad you were able to get the technical issues fixed ahead of that pick. You had one of the best genuine reactions. You know, you look at these mock drafts, and I'm sure you're talking to scouts and coaches, but I mean, it seemed like you were genuinely surprised to go 5th in the WNBA draft. What was it like hearing your name called? And, you know, how did you sort of find out the news that, yes, you are going to go to Dallas and you're a draft pick of the Wings?
Yeah, so I found out when everyone else did. I think I was like 10 seconds before the TV, but it was all very in the moment and less surprised, but more just like a lot of happiness. It's kind of the culmination of all your hard work. And when you dream of playing professionally, getting picked 5th is a dream come true to know that, you know, the wing staff believes in me and they see a lot of potential in me as a player. And especially in conversations with coaches, there's not a lot of Ivy League players that are in the WNBA. And so to be picked that high and to get to rep the league in that way is a huge honor.
What are you most excited about when you suit up for the Wings whenever that finally happens and the season resumes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to get on the court. I think we have a really cool young team. The other 2 picks in the first round, Ty Harris and Satu Sabali. I've played with Ty on USA teams and I've watched Satu on TV for Oregon, and so both really talented players. I'm excited to like get to know them better and get to play with them. And then just a super talented young team. So just getting to adjust to the game and just play hard every day and start to kind of build the Wings program and kind of make history for the Wings is going to be really fun.
You're a first-round pick in the WNBA draft. Your father was a first-round pick in the NBA draft out of Duke back in 1986. I know you can't really be on campus and your training's probably different than you expected it to be, but how much of a benefit has it been to be home and at least if you have to train at home, you're at least doing it with, someone that's qualified and someone that's played basketball at the highest level and, getting to do that with your dad?
Yeah, hugely helpful. We have a small court in our backyard, so I'm able to shoot and he puts me through drills and He's, making sure I'll be in game shape when I get to Dallas. And then just having, that person that can push you, that can train you, that can kind of like help you step outside of your comfort zone, because sometimes putting yourself through drills, you can start to get complacent perhaps. So just having that like person to push me who's also lived it and kind of knows how hard you have to work is super valuable. And then I have my little brother too, who comes and works out, and we'll compete with each other and stuff. So it definitely doesn't feel like I'm just alone in this. I do have, a great support system at home that's helping me prepare. So his knowledge and his help just training me has been really, really important the past few weeks.
Bella Alarie, Princeton women's basketball, the 5th overall pick in the recent WNBA draft, joining us from the comfort of home, presented by Conway Comfort Heating and Cooling. Bella, of course, part of that 26-1 Princeton women's basketball team this year, undefeated Ivy League regular season champions. And you have a souvenir from that undefeated Ivy League campaign.
I do, right here. It's our team hat from this season, and then on the back, I've tied a piece of the net that we cut down on my senior night when we clinched the Ivy title. So this hangs over my bed. It's really important to me. But yeah, it's one of my favorite possessions.
You seemed a lot more comfortable going up the ladder and clipping that piece of net this year, and of course you've had plenty of practice at Princeton. Bella, great catching up with you. Congratulations on the 5th overall selection. Congratulations on finally turning your thesis in and putting that in the rearview mirror. And best of luck as you finish up your Princeton undergraduate degree and then get set to head down to Dallas to suit up for the Wings.
Yep. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.